What's up, guys? How's it going? Just want to run through all of the signs of the zodiac really quick. So I'm going to do that. This is essentially a simulcast. So I'm going to be recording for TikTok and Instagram. You could stay along for the ride and check out what the energies are for the zodiac signs. Ideally, we'll get through them all, but we'll see. Okay, so let's just start with overall energies for today. Guys, check out the YouTube if you're watching this on TikTok or Instagram. I'm doing a live stream, a simulcast. I'm going to be going through all of the zodiac signs, so feel free to check that out. Running on Tarot on YouTube. Just trying to pick out general energies for today. We'll keep it short for the Instagram or TikTok viewers. And we'll see where we go after that. Okay, so you got the Eight of Swords here. This is being confined to thinking, coming out of heartbreak though, making cuts, deciding to cut out certain tunnels of thought, certain avenues of perception. It's very easy for us to fall back into trying to reason and rationalize. And I don't know that we ever get over that. I think that that's kind of like the human experience. The human condition is to reevaluate things that we thought we got over from the past. But I think that that is a continuous realignment of sorts. It's continuously helping you to learn and reprogram yourself from where you were then to where you are now, which I think is healthy overall. I think that the substrate for that is like unconditional love. If you're a critic or a skeptic, that can be deemed as maybe like some sort of bailout or what have you, or some sort of story we tell ourselves. But it's a good story, and I think that's what life is stories that we tell ourselves. So if you're, again, speaking to the human condition, if you're in a condition of storytelling, you might as well tell a story of love. And so whether that kind of translates to physical reality, which I think it does, or just what you tell yourself to feel better, at night, then it serves twofold. And there's a difference between that, like a spiritual narrative and understanding, versus lying to yourself and not being an upstanding individual. So I feel like we are our own worst kind of critic and judge at the end of the day. So make sure that you are leading with love, within yourself, because I think that illuminates and heals. So we could roll this on over to Aries. I like to say that all the readings are connected, so feel free to follow me on that journey. Holler for more. Peace. Okay, so rolling on over to Aries, we got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about some sort of dependence here. We spoke to deep healing overall. I think that the creative collective is going through a period or a phase of healing. Maybe some pullback on the new year energy. Anything that is just radically growing is, basically, cancerous, really, or whatever label you want to put on that, meaning it is of the human state of being and condition and nature that we have to kind of pause, reflect, and integrate. So feel free to apply that energy for yourself as well, Aries. If you're feeling like a stumbling block has been met. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, that could be one storyline, could be relationship, one story could be financial. So take it if it resonates. In any event, there's karmic justice coming around here. Fairness, balance. Do you see the King of Pentacle here? This is a financial benefactor. You could be upgrading your financial status somehow, some way, or dreaming up ways, almost fantasizing of ways in which you could take that leap to that next level. Okay, so follow your curiosities. If you're fishing, out the idea of trying to switch careers or get back into, the traditional job market or taking out a side hustle, really kind of, I think it helps again to speak to the kind of, um, carrot on a stick. The human condition is that we need that kind of almost poetic, beautiful, glimmery, shiny thing to aspire for, and it could fit your personal narrative. I'll give you a short example. There's a new apartment complex like right across the street, and it's called the Empire. And anyone who's known this channel knows that I have an emperor flag here. And so in my mind, I kind of felt like almost poetically like kismet, spirit telling, or at least myself, my higher self maybe, saying, what's an emperor without his empire? You know what I'm saying? So that might be maybe too literal for some, but to me, there's almost this kind of like, beauty to that in the pursuit of aspiring for more. It's not just want and greed, but sometimes life provides that puzzle piece that dovetails nicely. So you can play around with that imagery as well. Let's roll over to Taurus because I do see some interesting energies in regards to self-love and the illuminating of the house of Leo, which the full moon is in. So we'll continue on to that. Okay, so let's go on to Taurus. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, I read as self-love. The full moon in the reverse, we might even already be in full moon energies, but it is illuminating something to do with Leo. Typically, Leo's the fifth house. This is love, comedy, drama, affairs. This is childlike wonder and awe, spirit, playful spirit, vacation, relaxation. You might be telling yourself to relax more, enjoy the process of where you're getting to. Some say it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey. It's about having fun in the creative process of the journey, getting to where you want to be. So when I imagine the full moon, I always imagine some sort of blessing coming with it. Okay. No new action, though. That's what this is saying. The Ace of Wands is wanting you to come out of conflict to the extent that maybe you're not onboarding new action. I know everyone's storyline is different, but you may want to wait a little bit with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is channeling an energy of kind of stillness. Sometimes it's understood as stagnancy, but there's always a silver lining. There's always a positive interpretation for what usually gets the bad rap, in a particular card. Every reader interprets their cards differently. So, for me, the Eight of Cups in the reverse is stagnancy. It could be also understood as coming back, but then in this context, it's stillness. There's a stillness that produces, or there's a quality that is produced from the stillness, I should say, as well, with the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. So it could be that you need this kind of freed up energy out of conflict, out of competition to put your best foot forward and do your best work. Okay. So we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse here. No contact, no communication is what it's looking like. But things are going on in divine timing. Things are always going on behind the scenes. Storylines that you dropped off years ago, storylines that you're reconnecting, you're picking back up. Which I think is always, a good reason to kind of put your best foot forward here. Although the King of Cups here, this is emotionally balanced, emotionally sound, trying to look at things from a balanced, healthy, reasonable perspective. Okay, instead of like freaking out here. So make sure you're taking care of your emotions so your perception of your situation is balanced and healthy. Okay, let's roll on over to, let's go to, let's see, was that Gemini energy? Can't remember. All sign, yes, okay. Okay, so let's do Gemini energy. I was up all night. My hours were shifted. I was fighting because I'm mixing like face product. I was getting into like face product, just like, management, like exfoliants, moisturizers. And I put like a bad combination together of new product, and I had to learn the hard way. It's like the first or second week of the new year, it was working good. But man, this past week, so what I learned is instead of like trying to like, cake on some sort of soothing applicant, you have to wash everything off first and foremost, or else that base layer is like still, burning your skin or doing work on your skin. So that's what happened with me. So my face looks crazy right now because I was up all night like trying to figure out like what the fuck am I supposed to do. My face was on fire, but I figured it out. It's good to have like a lidocaine, like a what is it called, an analgesic, an analgesic, like a topical numbing agent to help if you're ever in a situation where you have like some product that is too harsh. Analgesic. I'm gonna Google it and I'm gonna kick myself for messing it up. But that helped, and then coconut oil, or like a coconut product, the natural, product, because that has a high alkalinity, so it's gonna offset any of the acidic pH of any of your face products that you might be using to fight, whatever it is you're trying to fight. Four Pentacle Selves, a skincare segment. Gemini, you might be resonating with that. Four Pentacles is letting go or investing. This is out of the twin flame relationship. This is kind of keeping your defenses up here, okay? Because you feel as though that people are coming at you with a lot of illusion, a lot of confusion. Maybe they're running game here. You might even want to put some kind of lifestyle choices to an end that are, fanning these flames of maybe like a false reality. Maybe you spend too much time on dating apps or, stuff like that. I know I'm guilty of that. Nine of Wands in the upright. This is grudges. Okay. You just want to keep a balance. You want to make sure that you're not like shooting every duck out of the water because someone before did you wrong. So let's roll on over. Feel free to apply all the readings to you. Okay, I like to do that because I think we're all the signs at once. So on to Cancerian. Holler for more. Okay, so Cancerian. Let's see what comes out here for you. You got the King of Wands in the upright. This can be read as a Cancerian card. Yeah, I'm just getting more so to piggyback off of Gemini's reading. I'm just getting more so like continuing clearing of your space, clearing of the air, clearing of the clutter. You could be selling things to get ready to relocate. This is seeing things from a vantage point, what action to take. But seemingly the Ace of Wands in the reverse is out here, which again tells me that you're not wanting to start anything new, no new big kind of bold incentives. Everyone's story is different, but no new responsibility, I should say. The Fool card is kind of carefree. So jumping into new endeavors, but maybe taking a different approach to something that you've already kind of integrated into your work-life management or life responsibility. Ten of Swords in the reverse. This is self-sabotage. Okay, how are you unconsciously self-sabotage? I heard that we self-sabotage when our belief system for like what we deserve, it's not matching, our subconscious, belief system with our like conscious how we're living actively. So you just want to make sure that your actions are in line with what you feel you deserve. I think that goes for what we aspiring for more as well. Okay, but any more on the self-sabotage here? It could be overthinking. It could be getting in your thoughts. Remember, you could categorize thinking very simply. If something throws shade, if you're listening to a podcast and like a comedy podcast, like I'm, wont to do, like I frequently do, um, and you feel like a topic of conversation is just bringing doubt to you, then you could identify it. And if you could see it, then you know that it's a part of the realm of illusion, right? The realm of Maya, that which comes and goes. Okay. So you don't have to take it so seriously. You don't have to get in a drag out street fight with your thinking. You could say, oh, that's doubt. I could see that. So if I could see it, I don't have to incorporate it and embody it. Okay. I could see it come and I could see it go just by letting it be, not giving it what it wants, which is your energy, your attention. Wants you to grapple with it. Okay, doubt wants you to grapple with it. So yeah, and then that causes you not to be able to kind of rest and recover and rejuvenate. All right, onward to Leo. Okay, Leo. Let's see what comes out of here. Okay, big Emperor energy here. There's a death card. Could be an ending of a cycle. Could be an older male passing away. I do see being able to like still enjoy and relax as you're doing what you're doing. Okay, any more on the Emperor and the Death card here? Emperor and the Death card. It's almost as if, like, not to get too crazy, but it's almost as if the Emperor turned death away, or he's kind of being transformed into something more. He meaning the Emperor, or even like death is like a metaphor, right? It's a metaphor for the ending of cycles and seasons. It doesn't have to be literal, but look at this death card is walking into the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. So whether metaphorically or literally, some energy is being transformed here, it seems. Because this is uncanny, So it's like maybe someone felt like they were dead on the sidelines, they weren't living life to their full capacity, and now this is making a stable movement to being able to feel like you're doing so. Any more on the link between Emperor and the Death card? I mean, I can't imagine that the Emperor is the same protagonist as the Death card. Okay. It could be that maybe outsiders looking in thought that something, an initiative, a campaign, a course that you set for your own life, others believe that it was just seasonal. And when death came, the season recycler came, because the challenging energy is out here, the Page of Swords. So it's almost as if that death card is challenging the Emperor. And when the death card sees, again, metaphor, that no, this is tried and true. This is a pillar. This is based on something universal that can't just be swept over, like the seasons themselves. All right, they're a constant, and so then that becomes incorporated as a lifestyle. We talked about a lifestyle, no end in sight here, and then that becomes stable, a fixture, a stable fixture, a cornerstone. Whether an ethic, a way of being, a way of doing things. Okay, so that precedent is being set forth by you, Leo, much to the maybe surprise of others. All right, let's roll this over to Virgo. Okay. Nine of Swords, the Emperor, is worry, concern. Okay, I spoke to being up at night, not being able to sleep. Some product from my new skincare routine backfired on me, and I was like up all night trying to figure out how to basically soothe like whatever reaction was going on. Anyways, so that made me think of that with the Nine of Swords in the upright. World card in the reverse. This is maybe lessons learned. Maybe you had to learn how to handle this new product. Maybe you had to learn how to be in this new situation. So I can definitely understand that to apply to the creative collective. And moving forward, you're going to know how to operate better because of it. You're getting experience. It's not for nothing. Okay, you're gaining wisdom. . Okay, I see a lot of forward movement, success, tradition, um, maybe a company, maybe a business, maybe a corporation that you're getting involved with. Although I do see a reluctance to want to be open to that, but there is some quality I think that wants to be grown and invested in and the victory to be had. So to me, this reminds me of like if you're in the job search, hunting for a new job, stability. Um, you'd be surprised at what you might come across here, new opportunity available to you, but you're going to want to hitch your wagon to that curiosity. We talked about having that golden carrot at the edge of the stick, at the end of the stick, something to want to chase, that you feel is the universe communicating to you for what you should want to desire, for what you should want to chase. So if you have that vision, then okay, let's reverse engineer. Okay, I see that vision of that thing that I think is meant for me, but maybe it requires a certain amount of resources. Okay, well, how do I attain that? Do I have to take on new action? Do I have to get a new job? Do I have to, what if I'm reverse engineering from that vision and I really think it's for me, I'm invested in it with all this investment energy here, then let's reverse engineer it. What are the steps that I'm going to need to attain it? Okay, what am I willing to do to attain it? So if I see that new condominium or that new apartment complex and it says the Empire, and I'm talking about it, right? I think that's a big part of it too. And I'm making the connection. Oh, I use that as, I have there's this figure, the tarot, the emperor, and he's like my mascot. And we're rolling over from Virgo to Libra, by the way, on the phone recording. So this would be for Libra, but take it all as one. But so what's the next step for me to do? Because if I'm seeing this and making this connection, let me integrate and establish this communication with life. Let me play with life. Let me treat it as if it's this sentient thing that wants to connect with me on this deep religious or spiritual level, so that it leads me to the highest timeline, the life of my dreams, or else why get up out of bed in the morning? So something like that, coincidental, serendipitous to you. Oh, I see that mascot, I see that sign that I have in my apartment. I have this emperor banner here. Condominiums right next door, newly built. They're called the Empire. So in my mind, I'm like, what if I could take that and use that as something to aspire to, let me let me up my game financially. Let me reverse build and engineer. Okay, what can I do to get there, to that status, to that level of income? Or, what can I see myself doing? Let me think about it and let me see, well, what does the universe want me to do? Whether it's a certain job or a certain, career path, let me give time to that. And let me think about that. So, okay, this is silence. Okay, this is healthy. Continue to healthily express your energy. I'm a firm believer that now is your starting point, where you are at now, and you have everything that you need at your disposal here now to get to where you need to be to eventually climb that step to get to where you want to get. If it's that new apartment, if it's whatever. So it could very well be that you just need to double down on what it is that you are doing now. Sometimes we were talking about this yesterday, that the secret to manifesting is to have that intent, to have that envision, and then let it go, and then focus on that in-between time, making sure that in-between time, those actions that you're doing in the in-between time are aligned with the miracle, the end result, the manifestation. Okay, so that's something that you could always do, is making sure that your actions in the meanwhile are aligned with that final end product. But yeah, you definitely want to use that golden carrot at the end of the stick as this excitement. This is celebration. This is victory. Let's roll over to, I believe, Scorpio. Okay, so this is going to be for Scorpio. Let's see what comes out. And I think with the new moon being in Leo, I think that's a part of the illumination. I think sometimes our blessings are tools or gifts to help us take the next step in the direction that we need to. Okay. To me, this is again working on that vision, working on seeing yourself doing certain actions as well, seeing yourself in that higher timeline and say, hey, I can make that move, I can make that relocation, I can make that trip, I can make that journey. Also, a big part of it is like, I like to tell myself that like things are easy. I think that a lot of people get away with doing damage self-talk wise when they tell themselves that things are hard constantly. And that's not to undermine, what life can throw at you, but I think that there's, a lot of power in telling yourself like, this is easy, I got this, I can do this. Something as small and simple as that. Okay, this is your compass, searching for true north. So for me, these two energies are a lot about meditation. Sometimes in the stillness, in the still of the night, so to speak, you get that answer of what you need to do. This is something that she covets. This is something that she desires, I feel. Okay? And that's not a bad thing. I just feel as though that obviously there's a lot of like symbology, right? And meaning as to what's in that chalice. I think it's a metaphor for what we desire, that kind of dreamy, mesmerized, miraculous landscape, that high timeline, that high version of where we want to see ourselves. This is an offer, an opportunity to be able to help work towards that. Okay. You might feel like you don't have the credentials to be able to do something or do so, but don't let that hold you back. Okay, because I see victory here with the Six of Wands in the upright. This is maintaining your day-to-day balance of priority. Sagittarius rolling on over from Scorpio, maintaining your balance of priority day to day. Okay, you are for sure manifesting this new apartment, this new condominium, this new house. Okay, that's my direction. Sometimes we just need a true north. Sometimes we just need a direction. Sometimes the universe just wants to see you have a tangible vision that you could put your energy on. I think that's a lot of what this is right here. And it's different from what's on your vision board, because what's on your vision board might be at the very, very end of a long journey, and you need to take baby steps to get there. And there's nothing ever wrong with that. To me, this is saying, set that intention and it's yours. I think that that's a good way to like kind of gamify life, where you're turning it into this kind of you're hitching your wagon to these like dopamine, serotonin, games that your body runs on, And I think it's easy to overlook that in modern life, especially when our systems are being hijacked by like TikTok and porn or television or drugs or whatever. Yeah, Empress is here. She's wanting you to lean into the strategy. She's wanting you to play the game of life a little bit, to get you, not for the sake of the material, but for the sake of the fun in the manifestation process, the magic process. And that's hitching your curiosities to that next step of how do I get what I want. And there's nothing shallow about that. Because again, it becomes an interactive process with life, a relationship. And I also see that new contracts here with the Two of Cups in the upright. Yeah, and then kind of this is an energy of reception. This can be an energy of giving as well, but this is definite Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles in the upright. It could be read as being breadcrumb, but when you look at things in the largest scheme of how much wealth there is, and then beyond the definition of money, just universally how much there is, you know. Okay, so this will be for Capricorn. You know, our poverty mentality, our poverty consciousness compared to the amount of resources and wealth and what can be done are just completely astronomical. They're astronomically different. We're for sure being hypnotized into, lack and scarcity and thinking that we can't, have it all. And I would say challenge that because all of those rules of the game of scarcity and lack, and that's all man-made. You got to open yourself up to the infinite, to the divine, and actually have fun with gamifying life, with co-manifesting with life. It's not just a throwaway phrase. It's an actual thing. If you look for the signs and the symbols for the next steps, not having money just to have money, but what do you want with it? What do you want to do with it? Do you want a better space to live? Do you want to, what good is this coming from? What good is coming from this? And sometimes it is just a matter of seeing if you could do something, seeing if you can manifest something. This is a second and third chance on the home front, Capricorn. Someone from a far distance looking on to a feminine energy who feels outside of her divine timing. You could be reconnecting with a soulmate or someone that feels familiar. Okay, a lot of success and manifestation. You're really going to want to hit your emotional excitement to, okay, I have a purpose, I have a path, I have something that I'm working towards. I'm not working just to work, I'm working for this end. I'm working to achieve this thing. If you want to use that a means to an end, if you want to use that, not example, but that construct of, working at this job to attain this goal, Okay, let's see what else we can. This is knowing that you could do it, knowing that if you could think it, you could achieve it. But sometimes you need that kind of, that opponent. You need that formidable conquest, to really get you up out of bed in the morning. All right, roll this on over to Aquarius. And sometimes that's what a superhero is missing, is that conquest, is that arch nemesis, so to speak. Yeah, this is keeping your dreams open and big and exciting and tangible. It's not just some far off pie in the sky. What's the real 3D concrete version of that manifestation? Something that you see. Sometimes, on the spiritual path, you can confuse materialism with moving in the wrong direction. But I do think that life should be enjoyed and life should, be fun. And I think that part of that fun is through manifestation and really thinking and figuring out, okay, what is life telling me? What is, the co-creator telling me about my next step? This is putting down work, putting down obligations that don't serve that end goal, that don't serve that end vision. You might want to invest into something more traditional. It could be more traditional employment, could require relocation, cutting ties. You do see victory here, though. This is dreaming big here. This is also being able to offer something to a situation. All right. More energies of architecture, more energies of imbalance here. I think we're on Aquarius. Let's see if there's a fresh new storyline for Aquarius, and then we'll finish up with Pisces. Coming out of challenging, objectionable energy, no new action, no new campaigns. It's interesting. It's almost as if the cards are saying that you could get what you want doing exactly what you're doing here and now. And that to me is fascinating. Because look, this is no new action. It's still coming out of challenges. It's still being victorious. It's still graduating. It's still learning. It's still moving to the next level. It's a spiritual graduation. It could be a literal graduation as well, but oftentimes these things are like esoteric spiritual. Like if you've, made your bones, if you've put enough time in. Could be a healthy relationship coming in, or an opportunity to work at how you want to work or what you want to work at. Practical steps, slow and measured practical steps here leading to success and happiness. Empress is always a good omen for money, finances. High Priestess here. I feel like the Empress is on the phone in regards to your either status or your financial situation, your relationship status or your financial situation. There's a new offer coming in for you. It's almost as if when the universe sees that you've set your intention, it's going to start to hand you new offers in order to fulfill that. But sometimes you need to wait for that thing that you want to playfully manifest. And you might not even know that you were waiting for that, but it's the next piece of the puzzle that needed to be revealed whenever it did. So you could establish that vision so it could be illuminated. That vision can be illuminated, that star in the night, that sign in the night. When you're on your nightly jog, your nightly run, and you see something serendipitous that you didn't see before. But because you have new eyes, you see that and you set the vision here. This is coming up not having a vision. So now you have a vision, you have a goal, and now the universe wants to conspire. And it's teaching you and showing you here with the esotericism of manifestation through the high priestess. You're going to be shown the next step of what you need to do. That's what this is saying to me. This is saying to me that you're going to be shown the next step of what you need to do. Yes, there's a lot of energy of keep doing what you're doing. Okay? But I also feel as though that for some reason or another, you went through everything that you went through because now you needed to be shown the next thing to aspire for. Okay? You maybe even had been beating yourself up this whole while. You may have even been saying to yourself, oh, I'm flailing, I'm missing a direction, I don't know, where to go next, I don't know, I don't have a true north, I don't have a North Star, I don't know what my next move is, I don't know what my next goal is. But to me, this is being illuminated, this full moon, that next thing to playfully try to manifest is giving you that vision. And I think also what's going to be illuminated is the opportunity to earn more, to gross more, to be able to pay off your debts, to be able to pay off your needs. And so that sounds really, in the context of what we've been saying, it's really cool because I think what you're realizing, or the collective is realizing, is I wasn't bad for not wanting anything. I wasn't wrong for not being inspired or motivated. I just didn't have anything that I wanted to chase practically, tangibly. You know what I'm saying? And so now I have something that I want to aspire for. I want to aspire towards. And I want to work towards it. And I want to be excited towards it. So that's exciting. So let's ask. I'm going to ask the tarot straight up. For me, I'm going to use me as a manifestation example here and now. I see that empire condominium, and that requires like $3,000 a month. That requires at least like a $75,000 a year job, or that requires making at least that much money each year. So you got to ask yourself, well, what's the quickest way to get from point A to point B? Getting a job, getting a high-paying job. What's in my control? That might also be another form of manifestation. Is asking, do I want to wait around for the Lord to send me clients, for the Lord to... And I think there's a lot of power in having faith and in having trust. Faith and trust. But you'd have to kind of, set that belief and faith and that knowing, one step ahead of belief is knowing, right? And say that out loud. I know that God is going to send me an opportunity to make enough money to pay all my bills, to pay all my debts, to pay all my taxes, and to get that new apartment. I have no understanding of how it's going to happen, but I know in my heart and my soul that I live in a plentiful universe. I live in an abundant reality, and I am worthy to have a golden, fated opportunity, come to me, and that I could take up and execute and generate enough income in perpetuity to live the life of my dreams, to live the fun, exciting source out of manifestation. I know in my heart that there's enough. I know in my heart that all the monies that I need, they're measly in comparison to the abundance of the universe that we live in. So I know that God is going to send me. I know that the universe, I know that my higher self, I know that my ancestor my angels, my saints, my guides, my ancestors, plural, are going to send me a sign, a message for the next step of what I need to do to generate that income. And to even spice it up even more, to even make it more exciting, I could say I know it's going to be a non traditional job. I know it's going to be in the form of clients. I know it's going to be in the form of life coach clients. I know it's going to be in the form of tarot. I know it's going to be in the form of helping and talking to and speaking with others and helping them because I have a gift. And I know I could help and contribute. And that should be enough, and that is enough to tap into the abundance because I'm a good person, I have a good heart, I have a good spirit, and I have a good soul. And I want to serve, and I am serving, and I know God's going to show me the next step. And then from there on out, you do what you're going to do. If you're still going to look at the job sites, if you're still going to look at, I think that one doesn't negate the other. I don't think those roads are mutually exclusive because at the end of the day, you're still left with what you're going to do. You might have the desire that it's non-traditional. You might have the desire that it's not working a 9 to 5. But the next step, I could tell you, is here and now. And you're going to operate based on what you can do and what you know to do. And so if that's the next step, then that's the next step. And you can't really lament, being able to have any movement or being able to make any next step. I don't know that the manifestation is sitting and, waiting. For me, the next step could be uploading these videos that I just did. So I could say to myself, that's the next step. This next step is going to help me get to making enough money to pay all my debts, all my bills, all my taxes, and to comfortably afford moving into that Empire condominium. I know this. So it be. Somehow, some way, the universe is going to, through me taking this next step of uploading those videos, the universe is going to help me, meet my end, meet my goals. So, yeah, I really do think that you got to talk to yourself in that way. And somebody said it the other day on TikTok, where you have to move into the realm of knowing, knowledge, know-how. I think that there's a lot of power in know-how and knowledge. Sticking to your guns and then knowing, I know God's going to send me something. I know the universe is going to send me something. I know my higher self is going to show me and send me that next step to take in order to head in the direction of my dreams. I know it. It's in my heart and soul. Every day is a day to know God, to know the magic, to know spirit, to know miracles, to know dreams, to know fun, to know excitement. So I'm gonna put my headphones on so that I don't annoy you guys as I upload. Hopefully they work. Just uploading, guys. Oh, baby. Okay. It's funny. Okay, the bottle little swag like Bob. Swagalicious. Did I read your tweet before? Is she getting married? Son of a bitch. I don't think so. Swagalicious. Swagalicious. Did I read? You're terrible. Clarence. Can't a model with a swear like me. I feel like the idea is like, you know, if we're talking about like, okay, I wanna, if the idea is get had a swag like mine. So the idea of like, say, okay, there's that like Empire apartment, and it's 3K, and I say, okay, well, I need to make 75 a year. Now there's one route of a traditional job, but if someone's saying, I don't want that, now can we fairly say, okay, you want this, and then say, universe, God, ancestors, high self, cosmos, the abundant universe will provide me with the next step to get there because I'm worthy and I know. What do you know? You know the abundance that we live in. You know that you're worthy. and you know that the universe, high self, cosmos, God, etc., saints, ancestors, guides, angels are capable of it, possible. Now, is that a fair manifestation to say, I desire this, but I desire it in this way? You know what I'm saying? I think that's more so the question. Is it fair to say that? The question is it fair to say that? And I think it can be answered by saying, well, even in that case, is the universe still capable of, fulfilling that which you're asking? And I think most definitely. I think most definitely. Um, Okay, the models had a swag like mine. She even had a coffee enjoying it like me. Man, I had some Starbucks coffee or some 7-Eleven coffee, and it was fucking delicious. Best goddamn coffee I've ever had. Okay, that model had a swag like mine. Why is this Taurus video taking forever? It's not even the one that I want. The one that I want. It's like, oh, now you want to fucking switch up? Now you want to switch things up on me? You fucking piece of shit. Aw. Oh my God. Oh God, if someone says inner stand, fuck. Jesus Christ.